Okay, in this video we're going to work on basic punches. We're going to do them in parallel stance and then in walking stance. But to start with, we're going to learn about making your fist. If you just close your hand up as you normally would when you make a fist, with your thumb on the outside of course, and then squeeze your fingers, you'll find that your fingers move. And that's not an ideal fist. You'll also see that this foreknuckle sticks out a bit forwards. So when you hit something, that's the first thing it's going to hit. The tool that we want to use when we punch something is actually these two knuckles here. You can't use all four, because no one's fist is flat across there, this knuckle sticks out. So we use just these two, and these two here have a bit of a rest. Just those two are what you use to hit. So how you make a fist, hold your hand up nice and flat, then curl your fingers down, nice and tightly against the top of your hand like that, and then starting with your little finger, curl it in towards your forefinger, and then pop your thumb on top. Now you'll find doing that there's much less movement of your fingers. That is a good taekwondo fist. Okay, nice and strong. Try your other hand, curl your fingers, start with your little finger through your forefinger, and then pop your thumb on top. And there'll be very little movement of those fingers, so when you hit something, the power goes into the bad guy, not through your hand to break your hand. So we might do some little bits of conditioning. We're not going to do this right now, but you can do things like do your push-ups on your knuckles. It's a nice way to get used to it. The other thing that doing push-ups on your knuckles is very good for is working on the strength in your wrist, keeping your wrist nice and straight. There are almost no occasions in taekwondo when we bend our wrist for a technique. Almost none. Nice straight wrist all the way through for your movements. Okay, so four fist punch. We're going to go back to our parallel stance. Remember where our feet were nice and straight. Relax our shoulders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my left hand up to my center line. I'm mirroring you here. Shoulder height. And my right hand I'm putting on my fist palm up. This way. Left hand's palm down. Right hand's palm up. And then what I'm going to do is breathe out and change hands. That breathing like that is used in most sports. We're going to breathe with the abdomen, not with the chest. So from here, put your fingers on your tummy. And when you breathe out, you're using your tummy muscles to push the air out rather than breathing with your throat. You're breathing here with your tummy, so pushing that air out. Tightens your tummy muscles up, and it gives you a focus point for all of your muscles to boom, engage and stop at the same time. We make that little purse of our lips and just give a little bit of space for the air to push out. If we have our mouth too wide, we'll hyperventilate. Okay, so we make it a little bit smaller. So try that a few times. Then from here with our punch, and that short, sharp breath, when you coordinate it with your muscles, which is quite natural, it leads to fast punches, which is when you get power through acceleration in your punches. So from here, we're just going to change hands, start nice and slowly, and you'll feel that this hand will twist all the way around, and the other hand that comes back to the hip twists. And that happens at the end of the movement, like you're hitting a target and then twisting into it this way. Make sure your hand's going in a nice straight line to the target. You don't want to bring your arm upwards this way and just kind of glaze past the target. You also don't want to bring your elbow out and come back in a bit, or any funny movements. Your fist, your elbow's behind your fist the whole movement. Go straight out and twist into the target. It's a very direct movement, like using a battering ram. It's just out and in, this way. So from here, do that for a few minutes. We can also then try high punch, so rather than having our fist at shoulder level, have it at our eye level. And then we'll do low punch, where it's tummy button level, so we want the knuckles at the height of your tummy button. Don't look down, think about where that is. Keep your hips and shoulders straight. We don't want to overextend the shoulders, because now I've got no balance. If I'm too far away from the opponent, I move closer. I don't reach for the opponent and throw myself off balance. Even that action of turning your shoulders breaks your balance. So you want to keep your shoulders nice and straight. Once you've got the hang of this way, we're going to add the sine wave that I mentioned in the last video. From here, all I'm going to do is pop up onto the balls of my feet a little bit and then drop back down again. Because my legs are straight in parallel stance, I can't create a sine wave with my knee spring, because I want to finish with a downward motion. And if my legs are bent, I'm going to finish with an upward motion. So it creates a funny movement. So this unusual sine wave will come up a little bit on the balls of the feet. And I want you now to think about a 3 count. On 1, you relax. My hand comes off my hip a little bit, this one bends. On 2, when I rise up onto the balls of my feet a little bit, I pull back to my hip and extend that punching arm again. So I've got what we call backward motion. And then on 3, I'm going to drop down and punch out. Don't drop down so hard that your heels are slamming on the floor, just go back into your stance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you breathe out on 3. On 1, I can relax and breathe in. And I can continue to breathe in on 2. And then out on 3. High punch. And a low punch. Nice and simple. Just take your time to get that right. Remember not to overextend your shoulders. Keep them nice and straight. Relax and bend your arms and legs. Rise up onto your toes 2 and punch out and pull back 3. So that's your parallel stance punch. Walking stance punch, we can use our knee spring now. So instead of going up on our toes, we keep our heels on the ground. From here, if I start on my parallel stance, I'm going to go down, rise up, and down to my stance. Then when I move forward, this knee does the work. Down, up, down. When I go backwards, the back leg does the work. Down, up, down. Now my down motion happens as I go forward. My up motion happens as I pass the other foot. I can't stop now, I'm falling. So I drop into the stance. Down, up, down. Same thing going backwards. Down, up, down. Okay? Notice this heel stays on the ground. You'll see a lot of young guys, juniors, particularly children, that'll do this. Okay, that heel pretty much stays on the ground the whole time. There's no need to come up on it because I'm using my knee spring. Heel can stay on the ground. We add our punch to that from here. 1 as I come forward and go down. 2 I'm pulling back and coming up and falling. 3 I punch. Last moment nice and quickly. Down, up, down. Relax, backward motion, punch. Relax, backward motion, punch. Down, up, down. Try that a few times. Try both sides. From here, 1, when I go from parallel stance, I make my first position first. Extending my non-punching hand and bringing my punching hand to my hip. Okay, just off my hip, like I'm in that relaxed position. Then I rise up and pull back and punch. So from here, 1, 2, 3. From the walking stance here, 1, 2, 3. Down, up, down. Relax, backward, punch. Relax, backward, punch. Notice the line that my foot takes, in halfway and out again. Just a natural stepping motion. From here, 1, 2, 3. Down, up, down. Relax, pull back, punch. In, out, land. Okay? Try that a few times, and then when you get comfortable with that, a little bit comfortable, keep the shoulders and hips straight. Don't extend your punch. Make sure you've got your train tracks. Continue to use those marks on your floor if you've kept the tape on, that removable tape on your floor. Practice that for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, just do those different movements, get a little bit comfortable. If you get bored, change the exercise a little bit. Take your time, down, up, down. Relax, pull back, punch. Go!